Okay guys, so let's go over the second part of this lesson. We have, what do the directions say? The directions say, write the percent equivalent to the nearest whole percent. So if we have 0.42, and any time we have whole numbers, it's really easy. To change our decimal to a percent, we move our decimal 2 places to the right. Okay? So we're going to move 2 places to the right. That changes that decimal to 42%. Easy enough. Okay? So any of the ones that we have like that, A, C, E, and G, we're doing the same way. Okay? But what if we had something like 2B that says 1/3? How am I going to change that to a percent? If you remember, your decimal equivalent for 1/3 is 0.3 repeating. What that means is it's 0.333 and so on. Remember, we're rounding to the nearest whole percent. So let's move our decimal 2 places to the right. 1, 2. We get 33.3%. But we need to change to the nearest whole percent. This 3 is in the ones place, which means it's in the whole percent place. We use this 3 to help us round up or stay the same. And because it's a 3, we don't do anything. So 33.3% becomes 33%. So I want you to try B, which we just did, D, F, and H, and it'll all be the same that we just did here. If you're confused, rewind, go back to see how we did this one. Let's move on to 3. 3 says find the percent, Funky Rabbit Dance Party, to the nearest whole percent. Okay, Funky Rabbit Dance Party, fraction, reduce, decimal, percent. When we do a fraction, we put our percentage over our whole, or now we learned a new word for it, our percentage over our base. 16 over 24. Now we need to reduce. What is the greatest common factor of both 16 and 24? If you said 8, you were right. Okay, let's say you didn't know it was 8. Because they're both even, you could divide by 2 and keep going until you can't divide anymore. But since we know it's 8, we're going to use 8. Divide by 8. 16 divided by 8 is 2. 24 divided by 8 is 3. And I get 2/3. So that's my reduction. That's my reduce, the rabbit part of Funky Rabbit Dance Party. Then we have to do dance, decimal. 2/3 is a decimal. If you remember, 2/3 of a decimal is 0.6 repeating, right? So it's 0.6 repeating. Just like with these 3's, I'm going to go ahead and write out 0.66666 and so on. Now I have a decimal. I have to make it a percent. We do the party part. Woohoo! Okay, 2 places to the right. I get 66.6%. I have to now round to the nearest whole percent, just like we did here. This 6 is in the ones place. This 6 is the boss. Because it's bigger than 5, I'm going to round that 6 up to a 7. And I get 67%. Okay? You are going to do B, C, and D in the same way that we just did A. Got it? You can pause, and then we'll come back to it. Okay, so now we're going to move on to number 4, and you see a chart. And sometimes when we see charts, we kind of clam up a little bit, right? Well, don't be afraid of seeing that chart. Let's see here. It says, complete the chart. Okay, we have a dictionary on A. The regular price is $10. The percent of discount is 15%. And we need to find the amount of discount. Well, to find the amount of discount, if I know that the regular price is 10 and the percent of discount is 15%, I can just multiply. So maybe above amount of discount, put a little X there in that chart, okay? So you're asking yourself, what do I multiply? Well, you multiply your regular price by your percent of discount written as a decimal, okay? So I have 10 times 0.15 because 15% written as a decimal is 0.15. So I come here, okay, that's a 0, 5, 0, 1. I get, oh, 2 decimals here, that means I have 2 here. I get, because it's money, I get $1.50. Okay, put that in the column, the chart that says amount of discount. So you have $1.50 in there. Then it says sale price. Well, how do I find sale price? If I know my regular price, I know how much is taken off, or my discount. To find sale price, what would you do? If you said subtract, you're right. So I'm going to take my $10 minus my $1.50. Uh-oh, that doesn't work. What do you have to do? We'll have to start over. Okay. Because this is money, I have to take my $10 and write 0.00. I have to have that 0, so now I can subtract. I would do $1.50. Remember, when you subtract, you line up those decimals. So my answer is going to have a decimal in it as well. So 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 5, can't do it. Nope, neighbor can't help me. Now he can help me, right? And I have 9 minus 5, sorry, that's a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 1 is 8. So because it's money, it's $8.50. I would like you to try B. So only do B on that one. Now number 5, we are going to come back to that because it's going to help us to just stick with what we're doing today. We will come back to number 5, so you don't have to worry about that one tonight for homework. If you could just review all of the black problems. So it's 6A, B, C, F, G, H, J. Just those for me. When I call you to check up with you, or we do FaceTime or Zoom or however we're going to communicate, we'll talk about these answers together. And we'll see how you're doing and if you have any questions on these. So thank you so much. We're going to come back with another video very soon.